Have you ever wondered if alcohol can make PMS worse? You know, whether it's a glass of wine to celebrate the end of the working week or an evening of drinks with friends, many women do enjoy a little alcohol from time to time, and that's okay. However, if you suffer from PMS symptoms like mood swings, anger and irritability, insomnia, anxiety or depression, alcohol can make things worse. Studies have shown that sleep, for example, tends to be more interrupted after drinking, with an increase in the amount of time that it takes you to get asleep and also more restlessness as well. And insomnia often pops up for those of us with PMS, and alcohol can make insomnia worse as well. Also, regular consumption of alcohol, particularly in large amounts, what we'd refer to as binge drinking, this can contribute to irregular periods, which sometimes can further exacerbate PMS. So yes, from all of this, it is reasonable to conclude that PMS may be aggravated by alcohol. This cycle is often further exacerbated with people who resort to alcohol in order to ease PMS symptoms like fatigue and low mood that hit many in those premenstrual days. And not only is there scientific evidence to suggest that alcohol could make your PMS symptoms worse, there was a recent study by the University of Santiago de Compostela in Spain that found that there was a link between alcohol consumption and the onset of PMS as well, which is really interesting. So to find out the impact, if any, that drinking had on PMS symptoms, the study analysed the findings of 19 previous studies on the issue, and the data included 47,000 women in 8 different countries. And the results showed that 11% of PMS cases worldwide could be associated with alcohol consumption. This was based on the fact that around 30% of women worldwide drink alcohol, and with about 6 of those being heavy drinkers. The figures are slightly higher in the UK and Ireland and also the US, where drinking rates for women are between 50 and 60%, and the numbers of heavy drinkers is about 12%. So that overall conclusion is that 1 in 5 PMS cases in these areas, these parts of the world, could be linked to drinking alcohol. So these results do suggest that alcohol can slightly increase your chances of suffering from PMS, with heavy drinking kind of bringing a higher risk, as you'd expect. As always with these things, more studies need to be done to further understand the topic and everything and the link. But I know for me anyway, if I've been drinking excessive alcohol in a month or even 2 sometimes before my period, I need to prepare myself for worse PMS. So why does alcohol affect PMS rates and severity? According to those behind this study, alcohol changes the balance of sex steroid hormones that are said to be contributing factors in the onset of PMS, things like estrogen. Also, these researchers believe that alcohol might affect certain brain neurochemicals such as serotonin. Recent studies have also suggested serotonin plays a part in the onset of PMS symptoms. Serotonin, we know it for its effect on mood. It also plays a role in our sleep cycles, among other things, which are really important for hormone balance. Although there is some research into the alcohol and PMS link, there isn't obviously enough research yet just from those studies to draw firm conclusions on the links between the two. So you don't need to pour your wine down the sink straight away. What I would recommend is that you keep track of your symptoms in a PMS diary. And then you can see if a link between alcohol and your symptoms, like I have, then at this point, then it might be beneficial to reduce your intake. It won't change whether or not you get PMS in the first place, but understanding your symptoms, you'll gain some control over them. I don't drink regularly anymore, but if say around Christmas or like at a recent family wedding I went to, I did go a bit wild. I definitely drank too much. And because of that, because I've done that research on myself, keeping a PMS diary for a long time to kind of figure out what my triggers were, now I know that I can give myself some extra support, maybe plan for a few more days of downtime or rest in my coming luteal phase or the inner autumn. I'll add in a few more nervines like lemon balm and passiflora to help reduce my crankiness. As well as keeping a PMS diary, you may also find it helpful to try a herbal remedy such as Agnus castus if you do suffer from ongoing PMS. This herb is so helpful for a variety of PMS symptoms, including menstrual cramps, breast tenderness as well, bloating, irritability, mood swings. So what should you drink instead of alcohol if you suffer from PMS? First of all, drink lots of water, as well as kind of benefiting your overall health. Hydration is so important. And drinking extra water can also help with bloating, which is a common symptom of PMS. Caffeine-free drinks are a good bet too. Caffeine may increase estrogen levels, which can fuel PMS symptoms. There seems to potentially be a link. So, best to avoid coffee and black tea. Even the beloved cacao contains caffeine and may not be the best thing to have if you have PMS. But then again, it also does contain magnesium. So with all of these things, keep a PMS diary, do that me search, see what suits your body. Caffeine-free drinks like dandelion root coffee, barley cup and bamboo that you can get in health food shops, they can be a nice addition too. And you can also, try some fun herbal mocktails. These won't really help your PMS symptoms unless you're using PMS specific herbs. But if you have decided to cut down on your alcohol intake, some fun mocktails will, be a refreshing alternative. I hope you found this helpful, and please like and follow and share this with anyone who you think might benefit from it. Thanks so much. See you next week.